Back in like 2010, 2011, I fell in love with a show by the name of Dragon Ball Z Kai. It was about this guy called Goku who, despite the fact he looks exactly like a human, was apparently a space alien with a monkey tail. The guy dies at the very beginning of the first arc, but the entirety of the arc is him just training in heaven to come back to life to fight the evil people of his race. And now that I say that out loud, that is not very Malcolm X of him. But internalized racism aside, the entire show was just people fighting, and I loved that. Watching this happy-go-lucky guy who just loved martial arts turn into the savior of the universe time and time again was really cool and down to earth. I wanted to be Goku, and I'm sure at some point you did too. An honorable mention, shout out my boy Piccolo, because I don't know what it is, but he taught me for the first time that no experience is truly original, because I'm pretty sure every single person on the planet came to the conclusion that Piccolo is black. I don't know if it's the personality or the fit, but that right there is a brother. I'm dead serious when I say if you ever want to see a group of black people hop into song, just play one of the Dragon Ball Z openings. I promise you it works every single time. They put crack in that OST, I swear, and I just realized how that sounded. So now that you understand that I love this series, I need you to understand what I'm about to say. Dragon Ball Z is great, but the original Dragon Ball is better. Alright, listen, if you're into Dragon Ball as a franchise for beams and loud screams and all that stuff that comes with it right now, you're not going to enjoy Dragon Ball as much, because that's what the franchise just is nowadays. But if you want to watch a laid-back adventure show where every couple episodes they are just throwing hands, watch Dragon Ball. You see, with Dragon Ball Z, when you think about it, Goku is very absent from the franchise very often. He dies at the beginning of the first arc and doesn't make it back until the ending. In the second arc, he's injured and doesn't make it until the ending. In the third saga, he's dying of a heart virus and really isn't that useful until the ending. And then he dies at the end of that arc and doesn't get revived until the middle of the next one. And keep in mind, that's the last arc. Goku is ever only alive from start to finish in the second arc of the entire show. Now, I'm honestly not too mad at this, because here's the thing. Goku is really strong, which means that if Goku's there from the start of an arc to the ending, more than likely, it's gonna be over a lot faster. So they have to get rid of Goku. For being the main character, Goku isn't in much of Dragon Ball Z. If you want to see more Goku, watch the original Dragon Ball. He is alive the entire time, I promise. Now you might be thinking, okay, sure, Dragon Ball has more Goku, but it doesn't have lasers, it doesn't have planetary stakes. And you're right. Well, on the second one, it has lasers, but not as much as this. You get it. But in my opinion, while it doesn't have as big as a spectacle, the story actually benefits from being very small-scaled. I don't know what it is, but there's something nice about the planet not being threatened every single time. They're just on an adventure to look for the Dragon Balls, because why not? It's fun. Bro, one of the openings is a song about that exact concept, and I won't lie, it's fire. Dragon Ball! Gotta find that Dragon Ball! Don't stop it till you got 'em all, 7 magic balls. Dragon Ball is just the humble story of Goku and his friends. And Goku also catching a lot of bodies. Goku kills a lot of people in this show. Goku was like 13 in this show, just no remorse. Honestly, adult him could learn a thing or two from a 13-year-old him, but that's just me though. And also, don't think that just because Dragon Ball isn't as flashy as Z, that it doesn't have good fight scenes. The original Dragon Ball has some of my favorite fight scenes in the entire franchise. You can see them run, jump, dodge, do a whole bunch of things because they're martial artists. Of course, the art of fighting is important to them, and I prefer it way more than whatever the fuck this is. I'm actually of the opinion that Dragon Ball needs to go back to this sort of fighting in the franchise, because this choreography to me is way more impressive than whenever beam struggle is possible in the later half of the franchise. Don't get it twisted though, this shit's still, He's just a free little guy, not afraid of anything or anyone, just living his life and doing what he loves and hoping to live by it, and I respect that even to this day. It's funny because when I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Goku, and as an adult, I want to be just like Goku.